Hello again, I am Jim Bob and welcome back to JBPG City, our City Skylines mass transit playthrough. And as you can see, I've been busy. I've been very busy. We're finally able to start work on this tile here. We did hit the 50,000 limit on the population, which means we got another tile. So I went ahead and immediately unlocked it, which has now given us rail access over here, as you can see. And what it's also done is allow me to start building on this side of the river. So our freeway coming off our super junction, which we built way back in episode 4 I think it was, we built this and then haven't touched it since because we haven't been able to do anything with it. We can now extend this out this way over here towards the rundown towards the coast over there. It will terminate over there. But what I've also done is created this little off-ramp section just here. I'm just playing about with different styles of off-ramps. So it's kind of like a squared off roundabout. In some respects, we've got the on-ramp just here. Got some one-way sweeping around. An off-ramp just there. Swings over to this kind of junction here. This may be a bit of a choke point. We'll see. And then, links back, and then you can go onto the down ramp that way. And then one-way in and out sections over here as well. Again, just to try and help the traffic flow a little bit better. We'll see. It should hopefully be okay. I guess we'll have to see. I mean, there shouldn't really be any real need for this piece here in some respects, because any traffic that wants to go down will be going this way. But you never know. The traffic may sometimes want a shortcut up onto the off-ramps. And of course, it opens up the possibility for when we do open up over here as well. We've got more options over there as well. So again, we might get traffic coming in on this line here, around, going out that way, across, and then taking an off-ramp over here, perhaps. We'll see. That's a way off yet. But you can see we've actually got one of our road maintenance coming out and cleaning up our roads for us already. Isn't that nice? So I extended this bridge across a little bit more and did a little bit of terraforming here, as you can see, just to cut away a section of the hill. I've also raised the terrain height as well. So this was the original height, and you can see that I've gone ahead and created an extra little step up all the way along here. Let's just get a bit more height. And that runs all the way along here like that, and then goes back to its original height over there. And that's allowed me to have this sort of raised section over here with less of a chance of flooding if that tidal wave hits, because don't forget, until the wave hits the bridge kind of area, it's still quite big. So there is a tendency for it to start overlapping. So having a slightly higher wall on this side, I'm hoping will make this a lot less prone to flooding. Of course, it may do something over there. We may have to raise the height up there a bit as well. We'll see what happens. But I've got this nice kind of very organised block of roads over here that I've put in. And I've also put in this raised bridge here, as you can see, to go up to the next sort of step. I kind of reworked the terrain a little bit. This is all kind of the natural hill that was over here. And I flattened out some of this a little bit. And I just reworked this hill a little bit as well, kind of flattening this section off. Just so that I could actually get these two freeway roads going through. Still some upgrading of roads and more planning that needs to be done. But I created that kind of step down. That was all just one kind of smooth, gradual kind of incline that's kind of been chopped a little bit. And then this here is what happens over here. So if you come off the freeway, and you can now see, look, we're actually getting some freeway traffic. For some reason, I'm not sure where that's come from. But maybe it's come from over there. Oh, look. We are actually getting traffic coming this way to get onto the freeway. That's awesome. Already, we're providing an alternate route for traffic. I wonder if we'll see traffic coming in that way. But yeah, you've got this section here, comes onto this main road, which obviously links over to our other side of the city, or over the river, over there. And then if we go this way, it'll link back over the road again, or over the bridge. I kind of split it into two lanes here. So we've got two lanes of traffic, one in each direction. Nice high bridge, because again the wave is very high at this point, so I wanted quite a high bridge just to avoid the risk of washing cars off there if they're on the roads when that hits. And then this comes in here towards this section, and that's as far as I've got, and it's going to be a little while before we further develop over here, but I wanted to kind of put that into action a little bit. And then over here, I've made a bit more progress over here. Again, this is very preliminary stuff. It's not settled yet. I've had to rework this shelf area a little bit, and I've put in this single bridge that's going over here. This goes down here, down this road here to our dock area, and I've reworked this a little bit so you can see I've raised the terrain kind of around here a little bit. This was all flat before. I've raised it up in this section here, and then I put in this oh, my voice, excuse me. There we go. I've put in this kind of loop section just here in one way, and then what I've also done is around here, because I've been waiting for this. We didn't unlock this rail cargo hub for for freight, for cargo freight by ship. We didn't unlock this until we hit the 50,000 limit and the new tile. We also got this at the same time as well, and this was always going to go just here. And you can see my throat is killing me today. Oh, excuse me. My throat's terrible. You can see here we've got the railway bridge just kind of going up onto here for now. This will eventually link up with our rail connection over here, and will also sort of distribute out into the city over there as well. And I have made a few little tweaks in the rest of this as well. You'll see that the water level just naturally goes down over time in these ponds because they're not natural water sources, so this water just either drains away or just evaporates, or a combination of the two. So that has been dropping and dropping and dropping, and it's the same over here as well. This water level drops and drops and drops. So what I did was I just reworked this trench a little bit, and I made this a slightly different angle, so there's more of a chance of it actually spilling into here and just keeping a little bit of water popping in there from time to time. And then I reworked this section a little bit as well. So, like I said, I have been very busy. I plumbed this in and connected this up because we would reach the point where we needed, with those extra people coming in, we needed a little bit more sewage output. And this may well change a little bit, so this trench may well extend. And we'll have a couple more of these plants popping up in this location. I may just build another sewage plant somewhere else, perhaps on the other side of the river at some point in the future. And then what I did was just move these things back a little bit. So I got rid of one of the pumping stations because we only really needed one. Two was it was a nice visual look, but it was a bit overkill, really. Well, a lot of overkill. And then I moved these back a little bit as well. So we still have the 3 storage towers, but only just moved them back by one. And then I built this kind of surrounding wall up on this side as well, completely all the way around here. And now this should be completely flood free. I did a quick test earlier and I didn't get any water spilling over this area at all. And by widening this trench area here a little bit as well, and also making this at a slightly lower height to feed through more water, that seems to have helped as well. So we're now in a position where we're pretty much immune to flooding down this section over here. When a tsunami comes flooding down here, we don't get any kind of spillage over the back at all anymore, which is great, which is exactly what I was hoping for. Obviously, we still have a little bit that we have to worry about with the river, but we'll see how that goes. So that's everything that I've kind of been working on, been dropping in a lot of stuff, as you can see. So we need to kind of set up some pipes and start zoning things in, and actually turn that into a couple of little districts, or maybe, I don't know if I want that as just a district. That might just be a district as we go forward. Let's speed time up. There we go. Just see the moon rising there. It's very rare, actually. I don't think I've ever seen the moon before. I don't ever remember seeing that. You know what, I'm going to screenshot that because I haven't seen the moon. before. That's kind of cool. I like that. So yeah, we need to put water piping in for this area. So let's go ahead and get that done. So let's start here. Like that. And then we'll kind of square off as we come down this way. There's some of that traffic look that we can see using our new access point to the freeway. I'm going to probably do a little bit of city watching later. So I'm going to do a little bit now actually. Just going to have a look and see. This is freight traffic that's coming in. So yeah, look, see the traffic's coming in. That's really cool. Are we going to see any traffic using the underpass? Oh no, it's just coming off that line so far. I was hoping to see something coming from the other direction, from coming under and then back up the hill again. No, it's all just stuff that's spinning in off this direction. That's a shame. Oh well. Let's continue to put the piping in. So this is going to be my kind of halfway point, I suppose. Down here. And there you can see traffic going the opposite direction. I'm so pleased to actually see that traffic is using this already. We haven't even got anything built up in this area yet, and yet already, you know, it's paying dividends. I'm really quite chuffed with that. That's the little things, isn't it? They make all the difference. Let's stretch that out to there. That's the connection point. Same again over here. Connect that up and then drag this over this way. Actually, I need to take that out a little bit more. There we go. And then one more. Try and get this lined up about right. I think that's it. Yeah, that's good enough. Draw that to there. And then from there we'll draw that along this way. I suppose we'd better put something in here as well, hadn't we? Yeah, let's take that up. Perfect. There we go. Let's just take that piece out. And there we go. Fantastic. So we have piping in place in this here. We don't have any pumping over here yet. Now I could just send a pipe under the water, but you know what? I'm toying with the idea of actually we'll do that for now. Although I think we may potentially struggle with our water supply when we do this, when we connect up all of this. But going forward, we'll have a pumping station on this side of the river somewhere as well, and then we'll have two separate water networks essentially. So we'll have some water, being pumped on this side, and some sewage being pumped on this side, and then same on this side over here as well. So we already have our kind of mini pumping area over here. This needs to be redeveloped at some point, and obviously you've seen our sewage pumping over there. That's all well and good. We'll do something similar on this side, I think, as well. So that's the new area there. What does our power situation look like? Oh wow, yeah, we're producing way more power than we need, which is good. It means I've got a surplus, and it means this isn't going to cause any major issues. No, it shouldn't do anyway. So I connect some power lines along there. That'll power this area over here. Let's go ahead and start zoning in. Well, before we zone in the districts, let's put in the important stuff. So let's put in police, fire, schools, all that good stuff. Hospital as well. I like the idea of the police being near the main road. Not on the main road like this, because when it's dual carriageway, they have to go off and take looped roads to be able to turn around. So I kind of like the idea of this area here being like a little hub. This kind of little section over here. Plus, they can also then kind of loop around underneath that way. It's not too far to go that way in any direction to get to major, road areas. And they can also go out that way if they need to as well. So, the hospital's big. I'm going to put the hospital in first. And I want a proper hospital. It's just a question of where do I put that. Let's put the hospital there. On the edge like that. Do I want to be really cynical? Put a graveyard opposite the hospital? Yeah, I do. I'm quite twisted like that. Let's see. Well, if they don't survive, it's not like they've got far to go. It's one of those weird little things. I like to do that every now and again. Just put a hospital and a cemetery right next door to each other. It's a little twisted, but it is what it is. And let's drop in police and fire just there, like so. So we've got a nice little hub of services there. I'm going to pause so we don't just run up massive bills and power issues. What else can we put in? Let's see. We need schools. I want a university over here as well. I mean, our university is not that far from being full. So I think a second university over here would work pretty well. Again, it's just a case of choosing the right location. Oh, that nearly fits, look. That's so close. You could plonk the university just there. Where is the other one? The other one's all the way up there, isn't it? So, yeah, I kind of like the idea of the university being in this block here. Let's drop the university there, like that. In fact, actually, let me move that. Back one, like that. There we go. And let's put a campus. Sorry, a faculty. Let's put one of those in on the end here as well. There we go. So, our university with a faculty. Nice little educational setup over there. It's got a high school in. Let's put the high school over here. Let's get a primary school, and this is all going to be high density over here. So let's get a couple of high schools, primary schools in. I'm going to put one there, and then we'll put a playground in behind it, and then I think another one over here as well. Let's put one. Let's put one there. Okay, so we have a couple of basic kiddie schools, and then a middle school, and then we have our university. So that's education taken care of. We've done police, we've done fire, we've done health. Waste disposal services. Well, we're not too far actually. We've got these two over here, and there's easy access. So yeah, we don't need to worry about that. We should be okay. Let me just check though. What's our incineration status? Yeah, we're not far from capacity. We might have to tweak that. Although I am thinking of downgrading this again now that we've hit that 50,000. Downgrading this to low density, and then just keep the high density over here. That might work. What is next? Recreational stuff. So let's get a park. Yeah, let's get a big park in. Now, where can I squeeze one of these in? Oh, just over here, potentially. No, not quite. Ooh, down here. Perfect, look at that. Oh, yeah, there we go. Spot on. That's absolutely perfect. Playgrounds for the kids. We've got a large school over here, so I'd like to try and get a large playground in near it, if possible. Maybe not. Okay, let's go to the small playgrounds. Let's do these ones. There's the other school there. Playground just behind it. What else can we drop in? I reckon we can drop in a plaza or two. We'll just leave it like that for now. Basketball courts, why not? Let's drop in a couple of basketball courts along just there. There's a skate park somewhere. Where's the skate park? There it is. Let's get a skate park in as well. Let's put that near the high school. Where's the high school? There it is. Yeah, let's put a skate park in just there, like that. Beautiful. What else? You know what? We haven't played about with a vertical farm in the past, have we? It's got a big zonal area. Look. Let's take I tell you what, let's take a look at some of our unique buildings as well. What have we got? We've already placed this. This is the traffic park. That's already been placed. What's this? The boat museum. What do we need for that? A ferry depot. Okay. Locomotive halls. We need 7 instances of multi-platform train stations. Wow. Well, you know what? We have plenty of cash. Let's just go ahead and drop 7 of those in right now, just so we can unlock that. 7 instances of this. Must be placed roadside. Okay, so that's 1. It's going to cost me a fortune, this. That's 2. Jeez, these things are huge. I'm going to struggle here. Here we go. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's take a closer look at these as well, because we haven't really taken a look at these yet, these new multi-platform stations. They are very pretty. I'm trying to get in, take a look at some of the detail. We can't really get inside to take a look at the departure boards, but they actually look pretty good. I like those. And there you can see it on the other side. Pretty swanky, isn't it? And there's our sort of passenger walk. No bridges, it's all lifts up and down by the look of it to get to the footbridge above. Very stylish. Okay, now has that unlocked the building that we were looking at? It has. Locomotive halls. So, this is just a nice little touristy kind of thing. I like the idea of this. I like the concept of one of these buildings, like a railway museum kind of thing. Just trying to think where to place this. Let's kind of plonk it here, I think. Ah, look at that. That's awesome. Right, let's get rid of these this army of stations over here that we just do not need and are very, very expensive. So we get partial refunds for all of those. Not full refunds, unfortunately. What else have we got that we can drop in? We've got our football stadium, haven't we? We haven't done the matchday stuff yet. How big is the matchday stadium? It's pretty big. Do I want that opposite the university? I do kind of like the concept of this. It puts out a lot of good, a lot of, happiness with the green circle, but also puts out a lot of noise as well. I think that might be better served slightly isolated, so we'll come back to that, but we will drop that in at some point. Helicopter park. Construct a medical helicopter depot. We have a medical helicopter depot, don't we? Oh, no, wait, no. We don't. I can't believe I haven't built one of these. Okay, where's our disaster centre? It's over here. Can I squeeze one of these in somewhere? See, we got our police one there. I could take out one of those two fires. I'm going to do that. I'm going to take that one out. And I'm going to place this in here. In fact, actually, if I'm clever. Yeah, because obviously they have, they work on the roads in different ways. There we go. Plonk that one in there like that, because that sits on the road in the same way that the police one does. It sits on this centre road here, and it's what it's connecting to rather than this road, and it rotates it around that way. So it's a 90-degree angle to the fire ones. So if we have that moved across a bit now, you can see that's obviously connecting to that road there, to Tronco Avenue, as opposed to Elk Street, but it's rotated it the same direction. So they're all kind of facing in the same direction. There we go. What else have I missed in here? Oh, the cryopreservatory. That's the sauna. That's from the Snowfall DLC. And a medical laboratory. Interesting. Okay, so we've got the medical thing. So that should open up a new thing over here. We've got helicopter park. It just looks like a bird carrying a helicopter blade. That's interesting. Okay. Trying to find somewhere suitable, I suppose. Puts out a bit of noise. Yeah. We'll hold off on that one, but we've unlocked it anyway. This looks new. What's this? Pyramid of Safety. Have a disaster hit the city with no casualties. We've done that because we've been really awesome with the way that we've been dealing with our tsunamis that we've manually triggered to test our flood defences. That's the old stadium, isn't it? That was the Expo Centre. We do have an old football stadium somewhere. There it is. That's the old stadium. I suppose we could make that a different sport, but you know, we're in the UK. This city's using left-hand traffic, so maybe a rugby stadium as opposed to an American football stadium. These are some of the Art Deco buildings, so there's some interesting ones in here. This is a car factory, research centre, robotics institute. This is where our TV studio came from. And then that's it, back to landmarks. So I think that's enough for now in terms of that stuff. Let's go ahead and start zoning where things are going to go. So we need to have a commercial area. Let's go to select for a second. Like that. There we go. So that's going to be commercial. We'll make this commercial as well. Along here. Let's put some residential in the surrounding bits. You know, I'm going to make that bit commercial as well. And that bit. There we go. More residential. And now I want to try and get all these zones linked together. I want some offices in here as well. Let's put offices along the waterfront over here. Just there. Is that enough to link all of these areas together? Not quite. That's going to need to be residential in there. Okay, I am hopeful that will be enough to kind of trigger some growth. So, let's get everything moving again. Check speeds, all looking good. There we go. Let's start watching our city grow as we see traffic using our new system over here. So straight away we're going to get some commercial popping up. Some of the residential's growing in as well, but that's going to grow slowly. You can see we're definitely getting some industrial stuff filled with the offices. That commercial is absolutely springing up, as you can see. Should go in at a good level as well. It's got police, fire, health, water, power, parks and rec, all in the surrounding area. You know, that should be very popular very quickly. Those buildings should level up very quickly. and that will probably increase the amount of traffic coming over the river as well. Okay, I want to keep an eye on the junction as well, because I'm expecting to see a flood of once the residences start going up, I expect to see a flood of extra traffic coming in. Oh, that's so cool to see traffic going off in all directions. That's brilliant. We've got traffic going left, right and straight over when it comes off the freeway. That's brilliant. Love that. Oh, here we go. Look, here's a little flood of traffic coming off. All spilling out in different angles and different directions. This is fantastic. Starting to spring up quite nicely. How's our power situation looking at the moment? Bad. Why? Oh, it's not connected, look. Oh, the bridge is stopping it from connecting. Okay. I didn't realise that was going to happen. Oh, there we go. They've got power. All of a sudden, green lights and green arrows pinging all over the place, and buildings suddenly getting a huge upgrade because now they can actually turn the lights on. Who'd have thunk it? Oh no, wait. I don't want that to be that. I want offices to go in there next to the university. Otherwise, it's just going to be noise complaints like crazy. Always is. And there we go. That's powered up the university. Our little block of commercials almost full. And pinging away. Few buildings popping up in residential, but not much. It's just not a huge demand for it at the moment. Let's get some more offices in. Will that be enough to form a power connection? Yes, excellent. It's spreading. Now what about down here? Not quite. So we can't quite hook up to our emergency services over here yet. What about a bit more commercial? Yeah, you know what? Yeah, let's take that out and make that office. There we go. Do the same on that block there. I didn't realise we were so close to the bridge. I just need something on that corner, hopefully, to bridge the road. Got power connections everywhere else, look. There we go. That's a connection there. That's connected up now. Beautiful. So we just need to stretch down and catch these areas over here. So this is going to be a residential block. Over here. Absolutely no question of that. And what I'm thinking of doing is I'm thinking of putting a ferry service in as well across the river, so we can use the ferries. Let's make this office as well along here. Nice little office section. Bring that down like that. That should link all of these zones up with the power grid. Oh, look at the traffic. It's all spilling in from across the river, look. All flooding in here. I am toying with the idea of maybe making this a 3-lane road rather than a 2-lane road. Lots of traffic parked on the sideways, on the side of the road at the moment. I don't like to see traffic parked on the main roads like this. Let's make it a bit bigger. Let's go with trees. This is kind of like the main road coming through, isn't it? So any buildings that have car parks, that'll automatically push the cars into the car parks, as you can see. I do like the way that happens. You know, you have these empty car parks, and then you turn turn off the ability for them to be able to, or not say turn off, remove the ability for them to park on the side of the road, and all of a sudden the car parks in the car parking spaces around the buildings immediately fill up. I love it. All of this traffic just wants to turn here. Look. Oh wow, look at all this extra traffic piling in from over this way. Why is it coming in from over here? Is it people coming in this way and then going all the way around and then down this way? It's getting a bit laggy, look. Let's make that triple road there, just to try and help maybe move the traffic through the junction a bit quicker. Give them lane options. I still are wanting to fly into that one single lane. We're going to have really big traffic queues like this for a little while. Oh, look at this. Again, it's not always going to be like this. This is because we've got all these new buildings popping up and a lot of new residences being built as well, which is causing a huge influx in residential traffic, or traffic coming in that's going to be residential traffic. So these traffic queues that we're seeing here, these are not hopefully going to be the norm. This is just that sudden influx of everybody moving into the area. Then once they're in, it should settle down. That's what I'm hoping is going to be the case anyway. Traffic all seems to be flowing quite nicely through here. It's only using one lane just here, which is frustrating, but it's flowing. There we go. Fantastic stuff. This whole area really is starting to spring to life. Look, this, all these new buildings going in. Upgrades popping all over the place. Love it. This is always my favourite part of building cities, is when you start to zone them and you just see things just start to build. Like these buildings here just going up and being constructed before our very eyes. This is the part I always love the most. Is just watching your city just upgrade itself. I love to do it. I like to do. Sometimes I'll deliberately just put no services in an area, just let it build, and gradually fill up all the areas, and then I'll just drop in a small police station, a fire station, a medic, maybe a park or two, and then just unpause and just go like this into this camera mode and just watch the green pings like that one just there. Just watch these pings just suddenly flash across the entire area, and just see this wave after wave of buildings just upgrade themselves and get the scaffolding going up like this one here, and then they come out something completely different. So we've got a before and after here. That's what it was. Now it's that. I mean, look at that. It's just so much bigger. So cool just watching the whole city just redevelop itself like this. I love it. We haven't even put any policies in this area yet because we haven't even, zoned it. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's create a district. Take it up to the main road there. Oops, a bit wonky. There we go. So, that's my district, Middle Hills. Fantastic stuff. So that's now got some policies, including cycling, smoke detectors, all that good stuff. And again, straight away, because we've got a Parks and Rec boost as part of the district policies, immediately all our parks are getting a nice little boost, and that immediately transforms a whole wave of upgrades again, as these plazas and the park here all just suddenly get a boost, which improves the happiness and leisure rating in this area even more. And we're getting actual demands popping up for residential now as well. You can see physical demands popping up, so let's start zoning in some more residences. Start filling in some of these missing blocks. Traffic could end up being quite nightmarish. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I need to go to select on this one. I don't want to have that wave of offices running down the side. And zone that in. Like that. And again, I've gone with offices just simply because of the noise potential, or the potential for a noise problem. Which corner is that built on? Is it built on this corner or this corner? Kind of both. It's built as a proper corner building. Okay, never mind. Awesome stuff. What's the traffic looking like over here now? A lot better, you can see. It's really busy over here. Why is it so busy over here? Trash trucks waiting to get in and out by the look of it. Might need to tweak this a little bit. Oh, excuse me. And over here on the slip roads, still a lot of new traffic moving in. Again, we just put a whole new load of residential buildings coming in. Are we seeing traffic using... Yes, look, there we go. We've got traffic splitting and using the underpass. That's awesome. Look at that. Let's slow it down a bit. He's going a bit fast. Oh my god, look at that. There we go. It's so cool when you see the traffic just all kind of using all those different slip options like that. This junction working exactly as it should. Love that. Oh, it's brilliant. Love it. Absolutely love it. Right. We're almost at time, so it's subscriber name time again. So I've got a few to do. First off, we have a district request from, and I'm probably going to get this name wrong, so apologies in advance, Sawani Grevstad. Probably butchered your name, I do apologise. Has asked for a district, so I will give you Myrtle District over here. So let's rename this district here. Oh, that's policies. There we go. So, as requested, there is your district. Next up is Kieran Standen has asked for just a road name. Nothing specific, just a road name. So I like the idea of Standen Street. I'm just not quite sure where Standen Street's going to go. Let's make this Standen Street. We spend a bit of time over here. It makes sense to put a road in over here. Okay, so Standen Street, let's just check how long this road is. It's pretty long. Standen Street's going to go to that junction there. And then, for now, we'll go to that junction there. We may extend it back up the bridge, up to here, if we have a big junction up here. But there's Standen Street for Kieran. And what's next? Well, next is AAA. I don't know if that's AAA or it's just AA, then a space, and then another A. Has asked for an airport. We're a little way to go before we get an airport. In terms of milestones, next up is 75,000, and that's when we unlock the airport. He's asked for the international airport, which is 90,000. It's a long way off, and I don't know if we'll be putting an international airport in. But that's a way off yet. So that's kind of on hold. Can't really do anything with that one yet. So next request instead is going to be from Simon Mappin, who's also requested a road name in a residential district. So let's see. This is kind of a hodgepodge area over here. Let's take a quick look at the zoning. we've got Beatty Street there. Yeah, let's intersect Beatty Street with this road here, and we'll make this our new named road. So this is for Simon mapping. He's not asked for any particular name, so let's just make it Mappin Street. There we go. And we'll check the start and finish points of the road. Yeah, that's okay. I'm happy with that. Actually, we'll just take that little cul-de-sac bit off. We'll make that a separate cul-de-sac. But there you go. There is your new subscriber name road there, Simon. So congratulations, you are now in the city. That's it for subscriber names this week. Well, this episode, and that's it for another episode. We will let the city run a little bit. I'm going to check some of my levels, see what needs to be added in, and see what my population goes up to once all this kind of traffic settles down a little bit. But for now, that's it from me. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I'll be back with some more JBPG City very soon.